It somewhere, and it's like a fake setup with all of these officers, and they claiming that it's an active shooter, but there was no shooter. There was never any shooter, and then even if there was a shooter, that situation turned into 5 or 6. An officer tried to literally take me down to the ground, and when I refused to allow him to take me down to the ground, all of these different officers rushed me, and then I allowed them to take me because I seen then that, okay, these motherfuckers really, they really trying to hurt me type shit, you know what I mean? And really, I shouldn't allow myself to be arrested in any of those situations. And that's what they expected, because that's the type of person I am. Is like, when I know I'm right, I'm not gonna just, you know what I'm saying, let it, I'm not, like, I don't know. That's what they expected. You understand what I'm saying? That's why I'm pushing the issue. That's why I'm stressing the issue. That's why I'm suing the shit out of them, because I feel like these were attempts on my life. And if I don't know how to. I mean, I can express that. You know what I'm saying? I can express that I believe that these officers were making an attempt on my life in a covert manner. But I mean, come on, motherfuckers gonna be like, nah, you being conspiratorial, bro. But if you, I mean, okay, the fact that I'm doing this on YouTube, and the fact that I'm crazy, I'm literally cray. You know what I'm saying? I'm crazy. It makes sense. But when I got shot in 2017, I hadn't got on YouTube and done the stuff that I've done. I hadn't made the comments that I made about the politics and the different situations and stuff like that on my point of view. You know what I mean? And if I hadn't did this, if I hadn't created my YouTube account, if I hadn't created my YouTube account, and if I hadn't made the statements that I made and commented on the different things that I commented on and put lyrics on the internet and different ish like that, I probably would be dead right now. No fucking lie. I probably would be dead. And another thing is, since the last video that I recorded, because I don't really, like, this ain't really my type of thing. This ain't really what I do. I'm not really the type of motherfucker that just want to hop in front of a camera and just start blabbing off and shit like that. That's not my style. But I feel like it has saved my life to put my face out there. You know what I'm saying? It's like I've been forced to do so, in a sense. You know what I mean? Since then, though, I went to the county jail for like 30 something days, and in the county that I was in, the same type of situations was occurring with law enforcement behind the walls, to the point where law enforcement trying to be unnecessarily aggressive, trying to bait me into resistance, or because they beat the shit out of inmates. You understand what I'm saying? Inmates disappear all the time in these types of facilities and it's like that. And I am right now, I'm not really in contact with any family members or nothing like that, and I'm not really stressing that because I'm on a quest. I'm on a journey right now. I'm busy, you know what I'm saying? But so I'm not really in contact with anybody, but I do have family. And but when you are the type of person that they don't think you have contact with anybody, when they think that there's nobody out there that give a fuck about what happens to you, people end up disappearing and shit like that. You know what I mean? Targeted individuals know exactly what I'm talking about, and that's the category I feel like I fall into. And the thing is, I feel like I've been a part of a category like that for a very long time, but it's just not dawning on me that, like, I think back to the 2017 situation where I nearly lost my life. I was in the hospital for like 30 days. Um, I was in the hospital for like 30 days, but I was trying to get out of there. I wasn't trying to be sitting in the hospital, one, and then I was being charged with a PBL, which is punishable by life. You understand what I'm saying? I was trying to fight them cases, but because I was charged with a PBL and because I was out on bond for another charge that was trumped up, they charged me with two violent charges in pretty quick succession. I got charged with a battery on the Leo in 2016, December 2016. I got charged with a battery on the Leo, and my girlfriend at the time recorded the entire situation. I was in handcuffs the whole time, but they still charged me with battery on the Leo, and they stuck on my record, mind you. that matters because that makes me a violent offender. That makes me violent. That means that anytime law enforcement has contact with me, they get to be as aggressive as they want to, right? But how would these officers who showed up to the scene at St. Mary's in 2023 already know who they were dealing with to even have that type of excuse? But that would have been the excuse if I had died. Do you feel me? That would have been the excuse. Oh, he has a battery on the Leo on his record, and he has a burglary battery, which is also trumped up. That's a situation where I was hit twice in the eye and in the chest. Those are kill shots. Those are that's the type of shit you do to somebody you're trying to assassinate. That's assassin type ish. You understand what I'm saying? I'm not trying to be dramatic, America. I'm just saying. I'm not trying to be dramatic. I just want you to understand the gravity of the situation. Mind you, I'm fine though. It's all everything gravy. But while behind bars after initiating this case and then the case being dismissed because I didn't serve the defendants, which are the 15th Judicial Circuit of West Palm Beach and August Bonavita, Judge August Bonavita, mind you, the Public Defender's Office of that county, and Michael Duker, Riviera Police Department, whether it's Riviera Police Department or West Palm Beach Police Department or both, who gives a fuck? And St. Mary's Medical Facility. All of these are my defendants in my upcoming civil case. Right? With all of these people being my defendants, yeah, I say that this is a very serious case. Okay, any civil case is possibly lucrative, right? But that's not the entire significance of this case, and that's not the only reason. Of course, money is a bonus. Of course, everybody loves money. Everybody wants money, what the fuck ever. But that's not what this is about. You understand what I'm saying? This is about attempts on my life. And these are only the attempts that I could prove that took place because they happen with law enforcement and because law enforcement is forced to wear body cameras. I got, if you want stories, I got stories. You know what I'm saying? I'm not in fear for my life or anything like that, but life is crazy right now. I am still living in the Twilight Zone, but that's neither here nor there. You understand what I'm saying? That's whatever, man. That's whatever. I'm not even... We'll get to all of that. You understand what I'm saying? We'll get to that. That's not important. You just have to tune in for that later. The reason for me doing this video right here, right now, is to express, okay, while I was in the county jail, I think I was poisoned behind bars, possibly even by officers. And like I'm telling you, like, I have no reason to lie to you. I know nobody has a reason to lie to anybody. That's the same. That's something a liar would say, right? Right. Okay. I agree. I admit that does sound like something a liar might say. But I'm telling you, I have no reason to lie to you. I was poisoned. I told you on my last video, I was poisoned before I went into the county. I was poisoned behind the walls in the county jail. I was poisoned. Numerous betrays. If you've been incarcerated before, then you understand what I'm about to say. No commissary because I'm homeless. Nobody's sending me any money. So the food, the meals that I receive from the jail itself, which is only 3, you get breakfast, lunch, and dinner. They highly significant. They highly important unless you want to starve. When you in jail and you surrounded, you in gladiator school. If you know, you know. You know what I mean? You gotta be ready to go at any time, but you gotta stay healthy. You know what I mean? Your weight. You can't just be in that motherfucker breathing air and you know what I'm saying? You around convicts and ish. You know, I mean, it is the county jail, but in certain places, the county jail is. The county jail could be pretty crucial. If you don't know what you're doing and different shit like that, if you don't know how to move, yeah, you could be in some ish. And the county jail is the perfect place for some people to, like, people get set up in the county jail. Like, I really can't go into detail, you understand? I'm gonna explain this. Anybody who's been incarcerated before will know exactly what I'm talking about. Okay, breakfast is like that meal is really like air. You understand what I'm saying? That shit you eat, you getting cereal. I'm like, it's the kids' breakfast at school. The kindergartners probably was eating a better meal for breakfast than we were receiving in that county jail. You understand what I'm saying? Grown men, we eating little fucking packets of brand, little cereal brand, a little packet of that. I lie to you not. One of my breakfasts was a little fucking smaller than a 25-cent bag of potato chips, cereal, a cup of milk, and two slices of bread and a pack of jelly. You understand what I'm saying? No lie. That was literally the breakfast that I received one morning. No lie. That's the breakfast I received. I can't make this shit up. And okay, and lunch you getting two sandwiches, right? Right, that's normal. Two sandwiches, a bag of chips, an apple, and a cup of juice. For dinner is probably gonna be the heaviest tray you're gonna get. That's what you. If you're not getting commissary, then you gotta have all of that. You know what I mean? I usually take something from every tray and put it away, so I can have something to eat. Because you eating breakfast at um over here you eating breakfast at fucking 2:30, 3 o'clock in the fucking morning. I never heard of no shit like that, but what the fuck ever. You waking me up out of my sleep to feed me that. But alright, that's how shit goes, whatever. You in jail, you don't have any rights, so it is what it is. And then for lunch at around 11:30 you getting two sandwiches and an apple and a juice and a little pack of cookies, or you getting two sandwiches, two meat sandwiches or two peanut butter sandwiches, and you getting either a bag of potato chips or an apple and cookies. You know what I'm saying? Cookies is gonna be in there, but you either getting a bag of potato chips or an apple. You understand what I'm saying? Okay. And with and with that being said, for dinner, like okay, so my dinner tray is having pubic hairs in it. My dinner tray is literally having pubic hairs in it. You understand what I'm saying? Whether it's and more than one dinner tray, it's having pubic hairs in it. More than one dinner tray is having pubic hairs in it, right? Right. 4 or 5 trays. Now, in a run of 30 days, if 4 or 5 of my heaviest trays having pubic hairs in it, and I point this out, and each time, mind you, I pointed this out to the officer on duty, and literally not once, only one time, only one time did the officer actually go and call the cafeteria and get me another tray. So that means 5, 6 times, 4 to 6 times, I didn't even have dinner. You understand what I'm saying? You get what I'm saying. You get what I'm saying. Did you see that? That's not coincidence, America. That's highly significant. But we're not focused on that because I'm crazy. I ain't, that's not an issue. That's not an issue for me right there at all. But I guess what I'm trying to say is I'm kind of busy, America. I'm kind of busy. But I just wanted to give you a small update on the situation. You know, just a small update. But yeah, I plan on reinitiating that case very, very soon. The moment I can. I'm not allowed to have a job because, of course, that money would be used to reinitiate the case. I'm representing myself pro se, so I have to pay all my legal fees. I have to draw up all of my documents myself. Mind you, I donated plasma in order to initiate the case in the first place, and I am gonna include that in my in the case. I plan on being compensated for using my plasma to initiate a case. I do plan on having that included. But this is Cray. You know what I'm saying? Nothing major. I just wanted to speak on the situation a little bit. That's all. But I'm finna go back to listening to some music instead of hearing these dudes talk all this shit, cause they not gonna do nothing. But that's neither here nor there. Till next time, America. Peace.